Hello, friends. Welcome to the day 3 of Kabrina Unscripted. We are trying this at a coffee shop today, and we're just going to see how it goes because I am at one of the more hopping coffee places because my favorite place closes at 3 p.m. Holler to Awaken House that needs to have longer hours. And so we're going to do this today because I know if I don't do it now, it's not going to happen because we know all the things that happen. But the thing that I want to come to you today is actually something that one of my kiddos said this morning as I was getting them ready for school. And so my 6-year-old is really, really into this idea of getting dressed up and what am I going to look like? And oh, this is going to be great. And so she had an outfit picked out yesterday that was a long sleeve pink shirt and these cute little shorts because we're in the midst of, it's not cold, but it's not hot either. And so perfect outfit for school. Well, she got up, saw her big sister who's 10 get ready, and she was like, Annika is beautiful. I want to look like Annika. And so we had to change our outfit and find something different and all of these things. So she got this baggier shirt because that's what my oldest is into right now, and some shorts that were jean shorts that were really, really cute, and it looked really cute together. And so I was like, okay, well, do you want to look like one of the cool kids and tuck your shirt in? And she looks at me indignant and says, no, I don't want to be a cool kid. And I was very confused at this point. I was like, why would you not want to be a cool kid? I don't understand. And then I started singing her I wish that I could be like the cool kids. And she just looked at me and she told me again, I don't want to be a cool kid. And I was like, well, what do you want to be? And completely in my face was like, I want to be Aliana. And I was like, that's an interesting concept because my 6-year-old is in tune enough with herself to know that she doesn't want to be anybody else but who she is. She just wants to be herself. And so in that moment, it was like, oh, hey, I want to be this authentic person. And what does that mean for us? What does being authentic mean? And how do we do that in a way that makes sense? And so I went on a little bit of a journey today looking up how do you become authentic? What does it look like to be authentic? What does it mean to be authentic? And all of the answers I was getting was very fluffy, as if they had just gone into ChatGPT and said, how to be authentic. And then it gave 20 different things that you can do to be authentic. And I was sitting here going through the things that I've learned through several years of therapy and working through what it looks like to be the person that you want to be over the majority of your life and building that person. And yeah, these little things that we're coming up with, like know what your values are and know who you are and stuff like that. Well, that's cool. But how? How do you do that? How do you actually become the authentic person that you need to be? And that comes down to 3 things that I have penned, and we may expand on this more as I noodle on it more. But the 3 things that I'm realizing is that you need to figure out what you like and then not just know what you like, but why you like that thing. So, one of the things that happens when we start to assimilate to our situations in the world around us is that we start to like the things that other people like in order to be liked. And in that, we start to lose ourselves. We start to lose of like, why do I like this? Am I just doing this because other people are doing it? Do I like this thing because other people like it? Am I being this person? Am I saying these things? Am I acting this way? Am I wearing these clothes because other people like these things? And then what eventually happens, especially in friend groups and families and communities, is that everybody starts to look the same. And we create this group think where everybody is thinking, saying, doing the same things, but nobody actually feels fulfilled in all of those things. So that's one litmus test for you is the things that I say that I like that I'm doing, is that something that makes me feel fulfilled and in a space where I actually like this thing. And so when you like something, stepping back and going, why do I like this thing? Do I actually like this thing? does this thing make me feel good? And in the amount of therapy that I've done, it has been, how do I reconnect with myself? Of, okay, well, I drink coffee, but do I drink coffee because I like it? Or do I drink coffee because other people are telling me that that's what I should do? That's what the morning is, and that's what's expected of me. Over the years, there was a time in my life when I would drink coffee just because of the fact that other people told me to do that. And that's what was supposed to be done. And then, bucking the system and trying something different. And that's what brings us to number two is try new things and see what you like. People with really big engines, we wonder what they're accommodating for. Anyways, we won't be doing a live outside again because it's distracting to me. And so going back into thing number two, trying new things and seeing what you like. What are the things that you enjoy doing when you're trying these things? And why do you enjoy them? And writing those things down, because we know from brain science that the more that we use our words, the more that we start to make the changes. So when we have somebody in our lives who's like, hey, just think this, or just do this, or just try this, that's all great and fine because we all want that anecdote that's just going to fix it for us. But at the end of the day, if our brain is telling us something different and it's playing in our subconscious over and over and over again in different words than what we're trying to reprogram it in, that's why those videos that, our parents and grandparents used to, or I guess tapes that they would listen to while they slept didn't actually work. And that's why affirmations don't work in the way that we want them to, is because they're not in our own words. They're not the words that we're saying to ourselves, because a belief is a thought that has been repeated multiple times. So if we know that there's a thought that we're having in a specific word order, and we're repeating that to ourselves in our subconscious over and over and over and over again until it becomes a belief, then that means that we have to work backwards and figure out what is it that we like and putting those into our specific words. The third thing is, when something resonates with you, you need to write it down. So if somebody says something, if you're in a conversation, if you're going and doing something, if you overhear somebody, if you're like me and you like to eavesdrop on people's conversations, which is literally why I bring headphones and earplugs with me everywhere I go, because when I need to concentrate, it's easy for me to eavesdrop on people. But when you hear something that resonates with people or with you and from other people, write it down. Figure out, what is it about what we said, how that happened, how I felt, that felt good. Because there's moments when you feel aligned with what's happening in your life, and we don't stop long enough to go, why did that feel aligned? But then we're pissed when things don't feel aligned, because we're like, we want to feel that alignment. We want to feel like we're in the control of our lives. We want to feel like we're moving in the direction that we want to move in. But if we don't know what alignment actually feels like and can put a word to it besides, well, I feel aligned. Okay, cool story, bro. How does alignment actually feel? Could you sit down and journal today, right now, what alignment feels like for you? Most people that I talk to about this have a very difficult time doing that because they don't know what alignment feels like. They just know in the moment, oh, I feel aligned, or oh, this feels good. Does it feel good or does it feel aligned? And is good and aligned the same thing? Because sometimes when I'm in alignment with where I need to go, it's not necessarily something that feels good in the moment. It's something that will feel good later, especially as entrepreneurs, people in corporate, things that are harder to do. Alignment might be, I'm going to get up every morning at 5:30 and work out. Alignment might be, I'm not going to have the French fries and the cake that my friends are having when we go out because of the fact that I have other goals. Alignment may be, hey, I'm going to not hang out on Saturday because I know that I need to do X, Y, and Z to get this program launched. And so what is actual alignment for you, which comes back into those values and things that we talked about yesterday in a way to where we can push ourselves up and find authenticity in a way that's bigger than just, here's my values, I'm going to show up as me, all of these things, because it's hard to show up as you. It's hard to just get out there and, like this, turn the camera on and just be like, this is where I am. If I'm being totally honest with you, the fact that people have walked behind this several times, knowing that there's a spot right in front that they could have walked in front of, drives me batshit crazy. And the idea of having to step outside because somebody inside was so loud drives me crazy. But I am showing up because I want to be able to do the things that I want to do. And this is me being in alignment with the goal and the vision that I have in moving my business forward. So, what are those things for you? What are the things that you know are aligned, that you know are where you want to go, that lead to your goals, that move the needle? All of these sayings that we say all the time in the industry of entrepreneurship. And what does that actually look like long term for you? So, think about that today, and I will see you again tomorrow.